I want to begin by thanking everyone for joining us this morning. I especially want to thank representatives from the Newfoundland Aquaculture Industry Association for their attendance with us this morning as well. At this time, I want to introduce Mark Lane, Executive Director of the Industry Association. I'm also pleased to introduce Brian Meany to my left, Assistant Deputy Minister of Aquaculture, Seafood Marketing and Industry Support Services. The development of aquaculture activity in this province has been a priority for our government since we first began our work in 2003. We saw the tremendous opportunity to create meaningful economic activity in many regions of the province through aquaculture. Working collaboratively with industry, we have created new economic activity and jobs that has revitalized the Coastal Bays region and bolstered business development in New World Island area and the West Coast. Having just released a new provincial aquaculture strategy to guide industry development in the coming years, the time is ideal to provide a comprehensive review of how the aquaculture industry has contributed to the provincial economy. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to officially release a new report titled Economic Impacts of the Newfoundland and Labrador Aquaculture Industry. This report outlines the economic benefits generated by the provincial aquaculture industry from 2003 to 2013. Specifically, it provides information about the industry's influence on provincial GDP, employment, and labor income. The data in this report was developed through rigorous analysis by the Economic Research and Analysis Division of the Department of Finance. To summarize the findings, our research revealed that in terms of GDP growth, aquaculture activity contributed an estimated $104.1 million contribution to total GDP in 2013. That is nearly 10 times the contribution to total GDP that the industry generated when our government began supporting the industry back in 2003. With respect to total employment impacts, aquaculture was responsible for an estimated 872 person-years of employment in 2013, compared to approximately 225 person-years generated in 2003. In addition, labor income from aquaculture activity in 2013 is estimated to be $36.7 million, which is approximately 6 times greater than the labor income that was generated in 2003. Our approach to fostering the success of fish farmers involved the use of strategic investment and policies to encourage business growth and the pursuit of best practices. For example, the provincial government established the Aquaculture Capital Equity Program in 2006 to help fish farmers access funding for new development. Our total investment of $25 million through the program leveraged approximately $400 million in private investment and facilitated the industry's maturation into a full commercial industry that now competes with the best producers on the world stage. The provincial government also invested $14 million in biosecure wharf infrastructure, provided $9 million for the state-of-the-art aquatic animal health diagnostic laboratory and development center in St. Albans, and successfully created a bay management agreement with industry. All of this helped establish provincial fish farmers as national leaders with respect to safe, sustainable practices. Truly, the industry has much to be proud of and has a tremendous foundation of achievement to build on as we continue to advance new initiatives and make the provincial aquaculture sector even stronger for the future. At this time, I call on Mark Lane, Executive Director of the Newfoundland Aquaculture Industry Association, to speak to the industry's contribution to economic development in our province. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Minister. Thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Meany, for the opportunity to attend today's important announcement on the behalf of the industry. So as we all know, the aquaculture industry is an expanding that's becoming an important economic contributor to all regions of this province. The dedicated and hard-working members, of some of whom you see here today, the Industry Association has established an industry that has earned a strong reputation globally for producing premium seafood products farmed in the pristine waters along our vast coastline here in this province. While producing premium seafood products for export throughout the world, we are generating meaningful incomes for families in rural communities right here in Newfoundland and Labrador. As an industry, we are more determined than ever to build on our successes, responding to an increasing global demand for seafood in a sustainable manner, while at the same time achieving a full wealth creation potential for the industry here in this province, for all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. It was just last week I had the opportunity to visit the Conagra Peninsula and the Coast of Bays and visit rural communities such as Pools Cove, Bay de Spear, and St. Albans. During my time touring the peninsula, it was not hard to see firsthand the positive economic impacts that aquaculture industry is having in rural parts of our province. New wharves, aquatic health facility, marine traffic, people going and coming to work, new motels and housing starts, just to mention a few. I want to thank you, Minister Granter, the Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture, and the Department of Finance for their collaboration to produce this very informative report that clearly quantifies the positive socio-economic impacts that this industry is having in this province. Thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you for your positive comments and for joining us all here this morning. So this report establishes a new practice regarding how the provincial government will monitor the contributions of aquaculture activity in the future. It is our intent to maintain data and generate similar reports every few years. Given the strong reputation that the provincial aquaculture industry has established in rural markets, and given the development potential that still exists along our province's pristine coastline, I am confident future reports will contain evidence of an industry that continues to grow and thrive in Newfoundland and Labrador.